until the love-binding spell on her arm finally faded. She didn't truly feel free of the burden. She knew she could finally leave this heartbreaking place. Meanwhile, that blind and heartless man had no idea what he was about to lose. He was too busy accepting the Emperor's decree, granting him a marriage with a manipulative woman. He even looked at her with fake sincerity, swearing he'd never betray her in this life. Looking at the wedding crown, the bridal robes, and all the grand decorations, and hearing the daughter she birthed through 81 lifetimes of hardship call another woman mother, she realized she had been so terribly wrong. So she burned the letter she had written to her father, the heavenly Tao, and prepared to return to the heavens.
尘缘寂静，世莫提起，记忆情此，记起自己，早向祥光，请勿重归仙界。
She was once Heaven's most cherished daughter, but 7 years ago, she fell in love with a mortal man. To help him defy fate and rise to greatness, she gave up thousands of years of spiritual cultivation. She placed a love-binding spell on both their arms, transferring all her fortune and luck to him. Thanks to her, he rose from a poor nobody to a highly respected general of the nation. But what she never expected was that, the moment he achieved fame and success, he brought back a royal princess, saying his achievements were all thanks to her support. To repay her, he announced he would take her as his second wife. She couldn't believe how cheap his love turned out to be. His mother tried to stop him, but it was all in vain. The princess even stepped forward to mock her, saying she was just a country girl not worthy of him, and if she stayed, she'd only be humiliating herself. When he broke their vows, she felt nothing but regret. She decided to cut all ties with him forever. When her father in the heavens learned of her decision, he offered to use a secret spell to break the love-binding curse. All the man had to do was make her shed 3 tears of heartbreak. Once that happened, the spell would be broken, and her father would come to bring her home, free at last.
他让我流的眼泪，又何止3次？
She never thought the first heartbreak tear would come so quickly. She wanted to leave behind a gift, a pastry made from a heavenly treasure, to bless the man and their daughter with long life. But when they saw the pastries, they were tossed aside like trash in favor of those from the princess. She tried to convince her daughter to eat just one, but the man slapped her across the face without mercy. He scolded her for being petty, and for bringing chaos into the home. He even said he regretted marrying her. She remembered the promises he made back when he had nothing. Her heart broke into pieces. That day was the Mid-Autumn Festival. Even though she was gravely ill, she still hoped to have one last family meal with them. But when the man found out the princess had caught a cold, he rushed with their daughter to the palace, leaving her alone. To him, all his success was thanks to the princess' help. He didn't realize every victory he'd ever won was bought by her sacrificing her own fate and fortune, but none of that mattered to her anymore. She picked up a pen and wrote a divorce letter.
小九，再让我哭一次，以后就天人永隔。
Her heart full of sorrow. Her mother-in-law knew they had wronged a good woman, but her blind son was beyond saving. That day, the emperor finally honored him as the nation's top general. She had lovingly prepared his favorite dishes to celebrate, but the princess arrived with food from the emperor, replacing everything she made. Then, like the true lady of the house, she sat down at the head of the table.
凡事按相为先，老夫人，请入座吧。
母亲，来坐。
灵儿这丫头，我也喜欢得紧，一起来吃吧。
谢谢娘亲，娘亲对我真好。
娘亲，
She couldn't believe her ungrateful daughter called the princess mother right in front of her, but her next words cut even deeper.
玉树公主给我吃了玉膳，我要当她的女儿。
To humiliate her further, the princess had a guard bring in the general's hound and ordered her to feed the dog at the table.
奖励。真难看，强子，你爱的真难看。
And as if that weren't enough, the very next morning, the man stormed in with soldiers, accusing her of trying to assassinate the princess. He threw down a bough, claiming it was found in her room. His mother tried to defend her, saying she had stayed in her room all night, that it was clearly a setup, but he wouldn't listen to a word. He demanded she kneel and apologize to the princess, or face the consequences.
你笑什么？你还敢笑？这几天你处处针对视线阻拦，今夜还想刺杀公主，你真是丧心病狂！你赶紧跪下道歉，否则我现在就斩了你！
She stayed silent, but he lost his temper again and kicked her to the ground. That moment, her third and final tear of heartbreak fell. She knew then that everything between them was truly over.
永恒短延续，我可以离开了。
Without hesitation, she burned the letter to her father, begging him to take her home to the heavens.
尘缘寂静，世莫提起，记忆情此，记起自己，早向祥光，请勿重归仙。
The princess wasn't done. To completely destroy her, she had the emperor's gifted robe and belt burned, and framed her for it. As expected, the blind and heartless man immediately picked up his sword, ready to execute her on the spot.
无耻渔夫，今日我必亲手斩你！是人，出来受死！